Hello everyone, welcome back. We've come to the end of another month, so it's time for me to share with you my June 2021 monthly beauty favorites and fails. As I do every month, I will be sharing with you the products that I either discovered or purchased during the month or rediscovered in my makeup stash, and I just couldn't put down throughout the month. I just kept using them over and over, and I just love them so much. Luckily, I only had 2 fails this month. One of them was a pretty big fail though, and if you've been watching my videos throughout this past month, I'm sure you can guess what that product is. All right, I'm going to start this month's favorites and fails with a follow-up on something I talked about in my last month's favorites and fails. I talked about these glue-on nails from Static Nails. In that video, I spoke about how I struggled with the glue that the nails come with. It's a squeeze glue, and I was getting glue everywhere, and my fingers were sticking together. So a couple people suggested that I purchase the brush-on glue. And I thank you so much for that suggestion, because this made applying these so much easier, so much easier. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And these, once again, are favorites. These nails, I wore them on my trip to Mexico at the end of May, and they lasted right up until, I think it was the day before last of the trip. Then they started to come off. But I think that's because I was in, a lot of chlorinated water in the pool and everything. So that makes the difference. But they did last me almost a full 2 weeks. Okay, moving on to my June favorites. Several of these products were demonstrated, or I spoke about them in previous videos throughout the month of June. And because I spoke in depth about some of these products in other videos, I'm not going to really get into them too much about why I love them. I'm going to link this specific video called Products I Wish I Had Tried Sooner, because pretty much everything in that video is a favorite. Would be in this video had I not done that video. But I will reiterate 2 of the products in that video, because these are the ones that I've found myself reaching for the most out of those 5 or 6 that I talked about in that Products I Wish I Tried Sooner video. One of them is this ELF Hello Hydration Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. I still cannot get over how good this is. It blows my mind how effective it is for such a low price. I reach for this over my pharmacy cleansing balm. People asked me, do I prefer it to the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm? I never really liked the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm, to be honest with you. I always felt like it left this film on my skin, and I just didn't love the way it felt. So I was using the Physicians Formula Matcha Green Tea Makeup Melting Balm, and then I've tried the one from Milani. I've tried the one from Pharmacy that I mentioned in the video, and this is just so good. It takes off everything so easily and does not leave that weird film on my skin. So I just love this so much. And I also can't stop raving about this Ulta Brow Tint. I do demonstrate this product in that video, which once again will be linked in the description box. I know sometimes I say that I will link a video and then I forget to link the video, but I promise you it will be there down below, as will all of the links to all of these products as usual. So this brow tint, I'm using the shade Blonde. I just have never tried anything like this. And in the comments, I remember one person asked me how I would compare it to the Tom Ford Brow Gel, the Fiber Brow Gel. I honestly much prefer this, because for me, the Tom Ford does not build up my brows and give them the fullness that this product does on its own. This, when I say it's different than anything else I've tried, I truly mean it's different than anything else I've tried. Now, if you already have full brows and you're just looking for something to brush them up and set them in place all day, this might not wow you like it does me. But in my case, I've tried the Tom Ford, the brow product from Hourglass, Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze, Brow Fix from Charlotte Tilbury I just happen to have sitting here. What else do I have sitting here? I have the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit sitting here. I have other fiber brow products from IT Cosmetics, from Bare Minerals. I've tried them all. And I'm telling you, if you have barely there brows like me and you want a thicker, fuller, fluffed up look, you have got to get this Ulta brow tint. I am ready to go to Ulta and purchase 3 or 4 of them at a time because I'm a little fearful that they will discontinue this product. So yeah, if Ulta ever discontinues this, I'm gonna be real mad. Next up are a couple of new products from Makeup by Mario. I tested a lot of new products that Makeup by Mario recently launched, and these two are the standout products for me. One of them is the Soft Glow Highlighter. I have the shade Golden, and this is truly one of the most beautiful highlighters I own. I love the shade for my skin tone. I think it's very flattering. The formula really gives that lit from within type of look. It doesn't accentuate my pores. Well, any highlighter, because I have such large pores, accentuates them a little bit, but I still think this looks very beautiful. It's not glittery, and I like to use it also in my tear ducts. It's just a really gorgeous highlighter. And I just noticed that I never took the sticker off the mirror. And I'm also crazy about this blush formula. I only have one shade, which is Creamy Peach, and I just think it's so pretty. It's the perfect peachy pink. It definitely has more peach than pink, but I'm wearing it today with a rosier, pinkier lip, and I still think that it works. And just like the highlighter, it is a beautiful formula in that it really blends nicely on the skin. It's a little bit sheer at first, but it can be built up, and I believe Mario intended for the blushes to be a little bit sheer so that you can adjust them to days that you want more blush or if you want to be a little bit more subdued. This would make an excellent blush for a beginner, someone who's just getting into makeup, because it does start off sheer and can be built up, because it is such a blendable formula, and the packaging is great. I just love everything about this. And since we're on the subject of blush, let's talk about my other blush favorites from the month. These are the Pat McGrath Divine blushes. I have the shades Nude Venus and Cherish. Cherish is obviously a bright pink. Nude Venus is pretty similar to the Mario Creamy Peach. However, Creamy Peach is a little bit more peach. Nude Venus is a little bit more pink, and it also has a little bit of a sheen to it. Now, do you need them both? Absolutely not, unless you are a blush addict like I am. There is a $14 price difference between the Mario and the Pat McGrath. However, you do get almost double the amount in the Pat McGrath blush. And the final blush I'm going to talk about is this one from ELF. This is actually called a monochromatic multi-stick, which means that you can use it on your eyes, your lips, your cheeks. I just use it on my cheeks, and I have one shade. This is Glimmering Guava. And it's so pretty. When I apply this to my cheeks, it looks so similar to what my Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm blush looks like on my cheeks. When I have one on one side and one on the other, you really can't tell them apart. When they're swatched next to each other, they don't look that much alike. But again, on the skin, they both look almost identical, at least to my eyes. This little ELF stick gives me just the blush look that I love. Really just softly flushed with a little bit of a sheen. It's a rosy pink, and I cannot recommend it enough. So if you can't get your hands on that Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm because it's been sold out everywhere for such a long time, I highly recommend picking up this ELF multi-stick in Glimmering Guava. Next up is what I currently have on my eyes. This is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. I need to keep like Windex here or something to clean up the palettes when I show them. My fingerprints are all over it. I have been having so much fun with this palette. It's not perfect though. I will say that I don't love how when I apply the pressed glitters, I do get quite a bit of glitter fallout from them, but the looks that I can achieve with this palette, they're just so me. I mean, looking at it and you see all the browns, some people might think, oh, it's just so basic. It's just a bunch of brown mattes and a couple of shimmers. And while that's true, the formula really comes into play here with this palette. and the fact that you do get 2 cream shadows. And the formula of these mattes is just what I like. Very buttery and blendable, and the tones in the pressed pigments are very unique in my opinion. I have not seen many other palettes that contain these shades of pressed pigments, pressed glitters. It's just so fun for the makeup lover, and if you've been on the fence, I highly recommend it. I know it's a lot of money. It's an expensive palette at $68, but I think you're gonna love it if you try it. Okay, let's talk about this lip combo I have on. I am wearing the KVD Vegan Beauty lip liner in the shade Lolita. This is the most perfect rose lip liner, and it is so creamy, and I can fill in my entire lip with this pencil, and it's so beautiful. And then what I've been doing is I've been topping it with an oldie but a goodie. This is Fenty's gloss in Fussy. I love these glosses. I wish they came in 100 colors. I've worn this combo for 3 or 4 days in a row, and that never happens. And then another lip look that I love, I featured in my recent confidence boosting makeup video. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Diamonds on top of the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Medium lip liner. Here is a photo of me wearing the combo. And if you're interested in seeing me actually apply those products to my lips, you can see it all happen in that confidence boosting makeup tutorial that I will also link in the description box. Another product that I showed in that video that I have been reaching for on the daily is this primer from YSL. This is the Touche Éclat Blur Primer. It has little gold flecks in it. This was in my stash for such a long time, and I don't know why I ignored it. I must not have loved it the first couple tries. I don't know, I can't remember. And I think it was my friend Megan Lombardi who talked about it. I think it was her, maybe it wasn't. Someone I follow and really respect their opinions on things was talking about this primer and how it was beautiful for blurring pores. So I thought to myself, I have that primer. I don't recall it doing an amazing job at blurring the pores. But I was wrong. It does an incredible job at blurring my pores. And as I said in that video, the confidence boosting makeup tutorial, the pore minimizing effects actually last. Sometimes I use a pore refining product, and then as soon as I put the foundation on top, or I wait a couple of hours, my pores are just as big as they were pre-primer. But when I use this, you would never know that my pores were the size of craters. So those are all of this month's favorites. I do want to repeat one more time that all of the products I spoke about in the video, products I wish I had tried sooner, would also be favorites. I just didn't want to take the time to go over again all those products and what makes them so great. But now for my 2 fails. What's going on here, Tarte? What is going on here? This is the newly reformulated Amazonian Clay 16-hour full coverage foundation. In the video where I tested this out for the first time, I immediately stopped using this brush to apply the foundation because it just was not working for me. Several people in the comments recommended that I use it for a bronzer brush or body bronzing brush or to apply highlighter to my body, and yes, it is perfect for that. I purchased this as a set from QVC, so it was a really good deal. I basically got the brush for free, but the foundation was a no-go. I don't understand how people like this. And if you do like it, please let me know in the comments how you're applying it. I'm open to giving it more tries, but I've used plenty of very full coverage foundations in my lifetime because I've always been more of a full coverage foundation wearer. But this is just, it just did not work for me. It was way too thick, way too cakey. It felt heavy on my skin. I just could not make this work. Well, that's a lie. I did sort of make it work in that video. I added a little bit of oil to it. I changed the way I applied it, and it looked okay. But this is definitely not a foundation that I would ever recommend to anyone. There was one comment that said, the foundation looks a little bit light for you. Maybe in the correct color, you would like it more. And she does have a point with that. I've said in the past that the shade you put on your skin, if it's not perfect, it can sometimes alter your perception of the product. So that is a valid point. There is a slight chance that if I tried a darker color, I might like it more, but I'm doubtful just because of all of those things I mentioned just a few moments ago, that it's just so thick and it wasn't easy to apply, and I didn't like the original version, and I still don't like the reformulation. And then my second fail is this Colorstay Overtime Lip Color. This product has been around for a long time, so you might be wondering, Risa, why are you just now trying this? Well, I blame TikTok, as I blame it for a lot of my recent purchases, both good and bad. There were a couple of people that I follow just raving about this, about how it stayed on so well and it didn't dry their lips out, and it was just so fantastic. And I thought surely it could not be as good as my beloved Chanel Ultra Tenue, or I do like the NYX double-ended long wear lip color and gloss. This was probably one of the worst long wearing lip products I've tried. And please don't come at me if this is a product that you love. I understand, I think we all understand that not everything is going to work for everyone. Not everyone is going to have the same opinions on products. I just, number one, didn't like the color. I actually ordered 3 shades. And when my order arrived, 2 of the 3 were not shades that I ordered. They were shades that I would never ever wear. One was like a grayish purple color, and one was almost like a true brown. And those are just not shades that I personally ever wear. But they did get one right, Blush Hour, and the color was also just not that flattering on my skin tone. It felt so dry immediately. And this is one of those 2-step lip products where for me, the gloss ends up slipping over the lip color and it ends up like a mustache above my lip. It's like it slides off the surface because it has nothing to cling to, because that surface just gets so dry and flat. The gloss just goes whoosh and just right up here, which is not cute. So this was another fail. Now I did try lots of other makeup products throughout the month of June, and if you don't see them in this video, it doesn't mean that I didn't like them, and it doesn't mean that I hated them. It just means that they didn't blow me It just means that they didn't blow me away. Blow me away. That's what I was trying to say. Now you guys have told me that you like it when I leave the bloopers in, so I'm gonna leave that in. But it is time to close out this video. Thank you so much for watching another monthly beauty favorites and fails. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I really appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I do try to upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.